was half asleep. Oh, and luckily, Cherry Evans knocked it on, so the Cowboys get a scrum feed on their own 10, taken forward by Chester, 15 from his own line. Back to you, Loz.
Yeah, I see Tedesco's just having he's limping around. I think it's an ankle he's struggling with. He's limping at the moment.
Okay, we'll keep a close eye on him, having scored that early try. Now McKaylee goes forward for North Queensland beyond the 30. 20 in from touch on the right, 18 from halfway. As he plays it there to Luke, given to the left, Tamalolo through Clifford. Out towards the edge, but Nene's taken down 8 from halfway. Played there to Luke, passes back to the centre, third Tamalolo, another carry. Just beyond halfway for Jason Tamalolo, ref line says 5, so Drinkwater will kick downfield at the end of the set for the Cowboys. Again, kicking to the defensive right side to Nwanganetawaze, takes it 15 from his own line, meets the reception committee, and will play the ball midway goal line and halfway. 6-0 Roosters through 8 minutes in Townsville on Thursday, NRL Thursday on ABC Sport.
Field position's one of the critical things, Quentin, and at the moment the Roosters are winning that contest hands down.
Grant Bell with yours truly, Quentin Harlan, Laurie Spina as Tedesco. That ankle looks all right. Lozzie's over halfway there and taken. 45 from the Cowboys line. Robson's in at dummy half, directs it left for Radley at the line. Second man to Walker. Second man to the edge for Savala. Takes contact, gets the offload to Talau. Over the 40, beats a tackle, Tommy Talau, before being stopped. 10 in from the left and 25 out. They're looking ominous again, the Roosters. Walker in midfield, chucks a big pass to the right for Wong. Over the 20, he steps in field, draws contact, passes back to Walker. They run it on the last. Now the grubber from Walker to the in-goal area. Just goes touch in goal. Out to the 20 for a 7 tackle set. And
details.
Someone call the starter, because if we're at the Commonwealth Games, the Roosters are halfway down the home straight and the Cowboys are still in the blocks. That's a penalty here to North Queensland. Roosters offside. Didn't they need that?
Absolutely. Detail is such an important thing in the DNA of the Roosters. And just watching the coach next door to us, when that ball went dead, he was filthy on the kick. And now, even with the result of a penalty coming out of their territory, it's a big let-off for the Cowboys. It'll see them for the first time in the Roosters' end.
Kick for touch finds it on the eastern side on halfway, and Helam Lukey takes the carry to get into attacking territory for the Cowboys. Keep your messages coming on 0467 920 222 as one man infield Burns gains 7 or 8 on a carry. Up to the 30 for the Cowboys on the attack. Played to Luke, give it to Tamalolo, through the hands to the left. Clifford links up with Drinkwater, feeds Nene on the inside line. Brilliant tackle from Robson. He probably knew that play, put him down, but there's a penalty there against the Roosters. Quick taken by the Cowboys, and Purdue's tackled only 10 metres out. Played to Luke, give it on to McKaylee, who straightens towards the uprights at the northern end. Sorry.
No support there.
Oh, sorry, Grant. Now to the left. Clifford gives it on there to Nene, runs in field, but Wong was there to put him to deck in company with Fiketti. Played there to Luke, passes to Tamalolo, running back against the grain there, and taken a metre from the line, 10 to the left of the uprights, as it's chucked right by Luke to Drinkwater in midfield. Now through the hands, Clifford, second man, Purdue. Oh, the pass took a touch going to the wing, but it's caught and planted by Burns, and that is a try. There was a Roosters deflection in that last pass, but it didn't deflect it far enough away from Brayden Burns to prevent him from scoring a messy answering try for North Queensland. Roosters 6, Cowboys 4. 11 minutes played, kick to come.
Yeah, well, they've come away with a try there, and it certainly was from the 6 and 7. Clifford, the first one to spot the space, and he got across to the right-hand side and open up opportunity through Purdue, and ultimately the pass to Burns, which was touched by a Roosters player, allowed them to get in for a try there. But the Roosters gave up opportunity to the Cowboys, and on this occasion they've made the most of it. But I was just observing, Quentin, through the set there, it was so disappointing. You've got Thomas McKaylee and Jace Tamalolo, both players who can really offload a ball and build something. Neither player has anyone following him through, Loz.
Yeah, two different attacking plays we're watching here. The Roosters are physically and stronger than the Cowboys. They're trying to take them on up the middle, but smartly the Cowboys, lighter and quicker, is flying it out wide. So two different action by the coaches here.
Drinkwater from Howard out on the right wing. Left foot kick. Great kick. He's taken over the goal-kicking duties of recent weeks, and Drinkwater kicks the sideline conversion to level the scores at 6. 28 minutes remain in the first half. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Around the grounds of the AFL, it's quarter time at the MCG. Geelong 5-2-32. Lead Collingwood 1-2-8. G'day to Luca. He says, can you give a shout out to yourself from me? Oh, thanks, Luca. Hey, Q man. He says 0467 920 222. Anthony from Broome is the NRL convert. Said, what have we learned from the Cowboys travel load on their long road performance? The Bears will have a bit more to do over the years. It's a good point, Anthony. Hope you're looking forward to getting on board with Mal Meninga and co next year over there. 0467 920 222. Tamalolo has a run, and now Nane at the start of this set. Off the kick-off for the Cowboys, who needed that try to settle a little bit, given to the left edge for strong run from Taulungi to the 30. Quick play the ball, out of dummy half. Luke runs into a marker who wasn't square in Nat Butcher, draws the wavy fisty. We haven't heard the ping. There it is. 6 more coming up for the Cowboys. Cotter down the middle third. Taken 8 from halfway. The co-captain, sole captain with Dearden out of the team. To the left, given to Clifford. Feeds the inside line of Labert. But Zach Labert makes the tackle of Nafahu White. Cowboys still 2 inside their own half as the ball's played to Luke. Given right through Purdue to Drinkwater. Holds it. Drayton's. But DCE makes the tackle with Savala just jamming that hole that Drinkwater tried to run through. Now out of dummy half. Infield comes the run of Chester. They look like they've picked it up now, the Cowboys. They've finally woken up. Up to the 30 on the run of Chester. Past to midfield. Bounce before Clifford gathers it. Now he bombs at the end of the set. Nwangane Tawaze leaps. He's tackled 8 metres from his own line. That's where he'll start the set. And, well, it took them 5 minutes or so, Grant Bell, but the Cowboys look like they're in it now, but they've given away this penalty. Offside. Penalty Roosters. 26 and a half to the break, 6 all the scoreline.
Spoke too soon. You put the knocker on them with the bounce pass, and then you followed it through with the penalty. But yes, they've got a little bit more support going around. They're pushing forward, and they're into the flow of the game. But just beware of the Roosters. They look really on tune tonight, Quentin.
Laurie Spina down on the touchline.
Yeah, size and mobility. They can't give them a lot of ball, like Grant said. They'll really run over the top of them. They've got to keep the football away from them and throw it around. And you asked me if I could see the moon before I couldn't, but there it is, that big, beautiful moon.
Spectacular full moon in Townsville for the Thursday night opener of round 22 that you're hearing live on ABC Sport. Roosters into the attacking half. Second play of the set through Nafahu White. Tackled in the middle of the park. 45 from the Cowboys line. Played to Robson. Given left for Tedesco. Outside in play to Nat Butcher, but it was well read by the defensive McCallie. Got around his ankles to make the tackle. Chooks 35 out. Now to the right. Walker onto Cherry Evans. Feeds the inside line of Toya. Trying to bounce his way through. Got his ankle grappled onto though, and he's going to be held up. Good first contact there from the Cowboys, Luke, to stop that play. They're 30 out the Chooks. Oh, outside in play. Walker to Tedesco. Back to Walker. Rugby league brilliance right there from 2 stars of the game. One present and one future. Try to the Roosters. Walker has gone in on the most cunning little, you have it, I'll have it, back to you, have it play to the left of the ruck. 10-6 kick to come. Try and explain that, Felly.
Well, it's all the unspoken stuff that they do. And I was only looking before a couple of plays and just looking at the shape. And Robbie Toyer ended up getting the ball coming back in. But in doing that, he pulls pressure and brings players in and around. They're recovering. And then on that occasion, we've got a little inside play to Tedesco and then back on an outside play to Walker, and it's all done and dusted. It's very simple. There's nothing complex about it, but they've clearly targeted this marker, AB, called the first 2 defenders either side of the ruck, and they're pulling the Cowboys apart when they've got possession.
How about that for a set play, Laurie Spina?
He's always there on the inside, isn't he? He's sort of different than the other fullbacks. He's always around that middle. He's sort of everywhere around the football field. But the Cowboys, there was a 10-metre space between the first marker and the first man off. That's far too big against the yeah, far too wide against this side, I tell you what, especially against a player like Tedesco.
And Walker from just to the left of the uprights converts. He is 2 from 2. And the Roosters return to the lead, 12 points to 6 with 23 and a half minutes left in the first half. And Tamalolo's going for a spell. Is that what you're pointing at, Grant?
Yeah, Tamalolo off for a spell, and Lodge, I think, was the one who came on past you, Laurie?
Yeah, Matt Lodge.
Boy, that was good footy. G'day to Pam, who says, hi Quentin, I love the Cowboys jerseys. Well done to the young designer. Hopefully a win coming up. Thank you, Pam. 0467 920 222. So Sam Walker now 7 tries for the season. As Clifford kicks off, taken on the goal line, and Nat Butcher's the man to take it forward, and he's tackled 15 from that northern end, 12 in from the eastern touchline. Savala's at dummy half, feeds man running, 1 man infield into Lau up to the 20. Now on the Fahu White, 1 man to the right of the ruck, and he leaves 1 man in his wake. 6 or 7 post-contact metres before Lodge makes the tackle on the 40. Cherry Evans inside the 40, hits that brilliantly, only needs a roll for a 40-20, and he's got it. Super stuff from the veteran Dally Cherry Evans. Will he go around next year or not? Yet to be decided, but that is a 40-20 of the highest quality. Roosters will get a fresh set from 13 metres out.
Yeah, danger time here, Laurie. As they go back. Did Jason Tamalolo, was he injured there?
Anyway,
no, just the rest.
Roosters take the tap 15 metres out, and Siwa Wong with the first carry. He's going to be eventually stopped in 3 men around him. Taken 5 from the goal line. Plays the ball to Robson. Pass left for Walker. Feeds Nat Butcher on the inside line. McKaylee there along with Lukey and Luke to make the tackle. 5 to the left of the uprights, 2 metres out. Robson gives it to Radley on the charging line. It was read by Lodge, who made good first contact to stop him half a metre out. Now Robson chucks it right. Fresh set Chooks through Walker onto Cherry Evans. Hits the tackle of Nene, and Cotter helps out to put down DCE. Will play it 5 metres out. Robson back left and open side to Walker. Now back to the blind and right. Give it to White, who wasn't suspecting that pass. He was a bit flat-footed, big Nafahu White. Tackled 3 metres out. Played to Robson. Pass left and centre field through Radley to Walker. Steps off his left. Comes back to the right with a pass to Cherry Evans. Bit lateral across the 10, and he's eventually stopped 11 metres out. That didn't work as intended for the Roosters. Now Robson out of dummy half to the left. Gives it on to Tedesco. Grab it for the end goal. Savala in a panic. Grabs and dots down with no one around him. Oh, the population is thin when you get to the northern reaches of Queensland. There was no one near Hugo Savala. That's a try for 16-6 kick to come.
The communication that's gone on amongst the team there was really clear at where they were going to, and it was so simple. Just a little nudge through the line from Tedesco. No one present, no one there, and Savala, who looks to be limping, Laurie, just strolls through there.
When Tedesco's got the ball in 2 hands, that he's so strong and he can move quickly, all the line comes up. And yeah, Drinkwater was up on this side, and Tedesco, he's having a field day out there. What a beautiful kick. I know which number 1 is playing better football, and it's not the Cowboys.
Well, just the absolute space for Hugo Savala to cape that and score was probably more galling than anything else.
I just don't know why Drinkwater went to what was the short side, albeit the play was pretty close to the middle, but went to the shorter side, and was so far away then from the play.
7 tries now on the season for Hugo Savala, and Walker's conversion attempt 12 metres in from left touch and 22 metres out. Strikes it with his right boot. Flags raised at the southern end. Sam Walker's got 3 from 3 to start this night. It's 3 tries to 1 for the Roosters through 20 minutes in Townsville. Chooks 18, Cowboys 6 on NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. I'm Quentin Hull calling alongside Grant Bell and Laurie Spina around the grounds of the AFL. Strong start for Geelong in that big game at the MCG. You can hear it on ABC. Listen on the red and blue button if you'd like. Geelong 7-2-44 to Collingwood 1-2-8.
What a beautiful 40-20 from Terry Evans too. Oh, it was classic.
So are you going with Cowboys flat or Roosters on fire, Laurie?
Yeah, Roosters, they've been winning games, but really not notching up a gear. Tonight, I think the gear's going up and they're outstanding.
And again, Butcher, the man entrusted to take it forward. Nat, a dozen from the northern in-goal area when tackled first play from the restart. Talau play 2. It's his 3rd game of the season, Tommy Talau, the ex-Eagle and Tiger, filling the void of the injured Dan Tupou, who many expect will be back by finals time on. Now White gets an offload to Siwa Wong. Second phase, Wong's only a dozen from halfway when tackled. They look dangerous and energetic and precise and hungry, this Roosters team. Next carry for Ketty to halfway. Into attack once more, the Tooks. Robson to the right. Tedesco gives to Cherry Evans. Nene's there, needs help, gets help from Cotter to make the tackle. Played 42 out, end of set. Walker's able to stroll upfield before deciding to bomb. It'll come down 10 metres out. Taulungi leaps and catches for North Queensland to defuse the danger for now. Toya makes the tackle and North Queensland has the ball 10 from their own line. Oh, that is a wild pass from Zach Labor to the right. He caught it and chucked it. It went along the deck and luckily Chester was there to clean it up. They look so rattled at the moment, North Queensland. Now laboured on a centering hit. I'm thinking I'd better carry it rather than throw it. He got to the 20. Now Lodge, midway goal line and halfway when he's met by 3 defenders and put down. Make it only 22 out. He's pushed back a metre or 2. And now to the right, Drinkwater throws a long pass to the edge. Given on to Chester, takes on Zavala. Zavala tackles him one-on-one. A dozen from halfway. Last play says referee Klein. And Drinkwater says, let's get out of here. A left foot floating bomb downfield which pitches, and it's a kind bounce for Talau, takes it, and he's tackled. Roosters start this set 12 from halfway. Chooks 18, Cowboys 6 with 18 minutes left in the first half. Grant Bell. Cowboys
looking really tired there. I was just watching Thomas McKaylee as he came off the field there, Laurie, and it was a very dejected Jace Taumalolo earlier who came off. Do you think the weekend of last week took a lot out of the boys?
Well, just hold on that thought. There's a penalty here for 2-on-1 strip, I fancy.
I thought he passed it.
2 on. Anyway, penalty Roosters, and they're going to go for touch. Laurie on the touchline.
Yeah, probably short turnaround, Grant. They're a little bit flat. It was such an important win against the Broncos. They are a little bit flat, no doubt, but this Roosters side, the mobility and strength of them, unbelievable.
Fine touch, only 20 out, and Nat Butcher's had a solid first shift. He again takes the carry for the Roosters, and they're 15 from the Cowboys line, looking for a 4th first half try. They marked that up. Radley ran too hard at the line. The pass went through him, ricocheted into the hands of Lodge, gives it to the right. Purdue's got it, Cowboys have got it, gives it now on to Chester, who's tackled on the 30. So a mistake there from the Roosters is a major let-off. The Cowboys were about to defend on their own line again, but now through the carry of Burns, they're up to the 40. Lodge has a run, 1 man infield, runs into Radley, ricochets off him. White there with Robson to make the tackle. Lodge plays it 5 his own side of halfway, to the left through the hands. Hess to Clifford, quick hands Purdue, out to the wing for Taulungi. Or one in from the wing, oh, he's lost it. He's lost it, Taulungi. Wanganetawazi bounced up and tried to run away, but there must have been a second knock on there, or the whistle had gone early from Ref Klein.
Might have been an early whistle.
Yeah, perhaps it was an early whistle.
Cowboys, another one.
Because Marky Mark was away, Belly. No one was going to stop him. He got into the backfield. Have another look on the replay. Yeah, he just dropped the ball. It was still in play.
Yeah.
And I know he's of the 15-man code, but it wasn't just to pick off the back of the tackle and go. In rugby league, you can do that too, can't you? Of the knock-on.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Ash Klein was a little bit whistle happy there, nonetheless. Roosters win the scrum centre field, and Toya's tackled. 18 from touch on the right and 38 metres out. Already 18-6 to the Bondi Boys. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Nafahu White next carry. 20 in from touch on the western side and 34 metres out when tackled. Plays the ball to Robson. Given left through Cherry Evans to Walker. Throws it to the inside line of Fiketti. Guys pumping up to the 30 before he stopped. He'll get to his feet and play it in the middle of the park. Robson with either sides go right. Radley to Cherry Evans to Walker. Taps it, quick hands. Toya out to the wing for Nawanganaitawazi. And in and away on Clifford. Clifford does well to stop him. And he gets help from Taulagi. And they tackle him close to the touchline. 10 out. Play to Toya. Jack to the left and infield. Cherry Evans back to White, who wants blindside. Passes to Toya on contact. Loose ball given to the left. Cherry Evans has to clean up and gets taken by Hess. And he stopped 10 metres out. Robson now throws it left and centre field. Walker with a left foot step. He absolutely had them like statues. Sam Walker goes through, makes a fool of the Cowboys goal line defence, and it's 22-6. Kick to come. Ryan Girdler, Brad Fittler, name the best steps you've seen in the last 20 years. That was one of them. Yeah, what a step.
It definitely was. Just his ability to use speed there and go beyond everybody. He beat Sonny Luke all ends up with what was a wonderful left foot step. I think you played with Kenny Wright, didn't you, Laurie? Another Rooster man. He had a great left foot step.
No, I played against him. I was playing for Northern when he was at the Roosters. But
Roosters,
yeah,
great left foot step.
But yeah, he showed plenty of acceleration off the mark there. What a great left foot step. They're tearing the Cowboys apart up the middle.
Yep, same spot, same space again, Laurie. And they've got to tighten up the middle defence.
Walker from straight in front converts his own try, so he's already up to 16 points for the game. 2 tries and 4 conversions. 24-6 to the Sydney Roosters over the North Queensland Cowboys, and we've still got 14 minutes left in this first half. 0467 920 222 is the text message number to get in touch. 0467 920 222. Around the grounds, second quarter AFL. Geelong's made a great start there. The Cats 9-3-57 lead Collingwood 1-2-8. Boy, just to see it in the flesh belly, the way that the Roosters are going about this first part of the game.
You talked about power and athleticism, Laurie. You've only got to look at Nafahu White and Tua Wong as 2 giant men, and my goodness, they can move, and you don't realise and truly appreciate how big a player the likes of Robbie Toya are, Nangui Toase. They're big men with great athleticism.
And even this guy, Nat Butcher's doing plenty of
his
work.
involvement has been huge.
Well, mind you, if his job's to kick, run it up off the kick-off, he's had to do it a few times because they've scored 4 tries. He's done it again there. So he's picking up a dozen metres each time. Here's White slipping into a tackle.
KPI already.
Exactly. White tackle on his own 20. Robson passes left. Fiketti with the ball for the Roosters. Tackled left edge, midway goal line and halfway at the northern end of the park. Robson, a dummy half, feeds Tedesco. Tackled a dozen from halfway. Ref Klein says that's 5. Last play of the set, Cherry Evans puts his right boot to it. Won't flirt with the touchline this time. Kicks for distance. Taulagi catches for the Cowboys defensive left corner, a dozen out. Runs up to the 20 before meeting the defence and just beyond where the Cowboys will start this set. Drinkwater in a dummy half. Passes to the right for Burns. Gives it on to Purdue, but he's wrapped up out on that edge by Talau and Savala. Play to Drinkwater. Given infield to Burns. And Braden Burns over the 30 for the Cowboys. Stopped 13 metres inside his own half. Luke's a dummy half now. Gives it on to Lodge. Lodge with 3 defenders around him. Not a huge gain down the middle third from Matt Lodge there. Plays it still inside his own half. Hess up the halfway. Next carry. 1 man out to the left of the ruck. Plays it on 5. Just the attacking side of halfway for the Cowboys. So Drinkwater bombs at the end of the set. Now Nawanganaitawazi has to leap. He lost it. It ricochets straight to Taulagi of the Cowboys, who goes in and plants. Now, what say you, Ref Klein?
It might have been a touch. It might have been a Cowboys touch.
No tries to call. Down to you, Laurie, on the touchline. You had a good look at it. Marky Mark was jumping against.
Yeah, he was saying
Cowboys kick chasers onside.
whoever touches it first will be... Yeah,
Against Labert, and I think he's touched it.
I think Labor's got a hand there.
Yeah. I think Marky Mark touched it first, but...
Just looking at who the ball touches first.
This is Liam Kennedy in the bunker.
Yeah,
The ball touches the left hand of Zach into Mark's face. This is a knock-on. Decision made.
So the no try call stands from Ash Klein on field. And the scoreline remains. Roosters 24, Cowboys 6. 12 minutes and 12 seconds left in this first half on NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Hey guys, it's Lachlan from Southern Queensland. I'm 13. I'm loving the footy call. Shout out to me and the boys in the combox. Good on you, Lachlan. Thank you. 0467 920 222. As now the reinforcements are out there. Regan Butcher's on the field for the Roosters. Tackled 10 short of half play. Played to Robson. Given to the right, and here's Big Spence. Spencer Lenu started on the bench, but he's out there now. Gets to halfway. Played to Robson. Given left to Radley at the line. Given to Walker. He puts his man through a hole. Forgetty over the 30. Onto the 20. He dummies past Drinkwater, who did not get a fingernail on him. And Forgetty scores a fifth first half try for the Roosters. This is a Bondi bash up in the north. Brilliant football from the Tricolours. 28-6 kick to come.
Yeah, the space in the line before it got to Drinkwater and the dummy and the show and go, the space in the line that he went through was enormous between the halfback in Jackson and Jacko and the centre in Chester. Just too big a space between them, and he strolled through. But looking at the replay as well, it was numbers as well. Chester was trying to defend two players. He was looking in, looking out, and the space had him.
And that dummy, the little look in field, Laurie Spina from Forgetty. Drinkwater bought every piece of it.
Yeah, he thought he was going to pass back to Walker, but he went for the intercept. But the big fella was smart enough for that. But the Roosters are giving the Cowboys a real football lesson with their hard physical work up front and their finesse out wide and the timing of those runs. You know, they're not just running, they're taking a play in and then creating the gaps. Yeah, they're really on fire tonight, the Roosters.
It annoys me, and we'll stop for the kick in a moment, but it wasn't even really a dummy. He sort of half looked away, and Drinkwater was focused on saying, I'm going to take an intercept here. Fullback play says you either buy time and force him to make a decision, or you rush at him and you force him to make a decision. All he did was look for the intercept.
Walker converts from straight in front for a 5 from 5 register off the kicking tee, and 30 points to 6 for the Roosters over the Cowboys. You may be just tuning in and think, hold on, I thought the game was only half an hour old. You're right. The Chooks scored on 2.5 minutes through Tedesco. Cowboys got one back on 10 minutes through Burns. But Walker, Savala, Walker, Forgetty, basically every time the Roosters have gone down the attacking end, there was a DCE 40-20 among it. It's been all the Chooks, and deservedly 5 tries to 1 in front, and they're going at a point a minute.
And they're winning the field position contest. They're getting down the end, down the Cowboys' end of the field far too easily. And it's the Cowboys have to tighten their defence up to kick off 7.
Well, Nat Butcher's having a spell, so Lenu's running it back at them now. It's been Nat Butcher's job. He's been busy running it back. Such has been the nature of the regular kickoffs from the Cowboys. Talau second carry, and now Egan Butcher down the middle third and up to the 30 at the northern end of the park. Robson out of dummy half. He strolls 10 metres upfield before being put down by the tackle of Lodge. Played to Tedesco, given right for Cherry Evans. Picked up and driven back by Cotter, but got an offload away to Radley. Kept alive. His pass to Egan Butcher. Goes down the middle third. Good gain of a dozen before Lukey there to make the tackle with Hess. Last play, Roosters. Walker puts up a midfield bomb. It'll come down 15 out. Drinkwater runs at it with Jerry Evans. Jerry Evans beats him for it. One-handed chuck out the back to Wong. Wong does the same. Flicks it to the wing. It's loose. Now Wanganetawazi picks up. It's still the last. They're back out to the 30 now. Picked up by Walker. He's lost it. It looks like hot potato high school oval footy at the moment. And there is a knock-on at the end of that. With the Roosters playing with the free will of a team that's 30-6 in front. And, well, Scott Drinkwater again there. Dally Cherry Evans out jumping. He's not having a good night. The Cowboys number one.
As exciting as that was for all the fans to watch, I'm certain that the Roosters coach won't be happy with the throw it around and the lack of discipline at the end there.
G'day to Rooster Ron at Forster. He texts once again, TV on mute and listening to a great call. Thank you. 0467 920 222 as Lukey gets some post-contact meters. That's a good run out on the right edge. Takes the Cowboys into attack. They're 45 from the Roosters line. 30-6 to the visitors. Now men in motion to the left. Drinkwater. Oh, intercept. The Wanganetawazi's pinched the pocket of Laban's pass. Gets away from Drinkwater and make it 6 first half tries already for the Roosters on the Wanganetawazi intercept. Gee whiz. This could be 80 because they're going at better than a point a minute. The Roosters, that's 34-6. Kick to come. And Marky Mark's 13th try of the year.
The challenge for the Roosters is going to be, can we maintain the focus and the discipline? And I'm certain Trent Robinson will be looking for that from his team, from his players, to say, keep focused, keep at the game, keep yourselves switched on and don't step away from it. Because these last 6 weeks coming into semi-finals, Quentin, are so important to teams. It is really about staying with your game and staying at what you're going to do and what your role is, rather than just getting too excited. And that's where I make the point about that set before from the Roosters.
At the moment, Laurie, it looks like seconds playing last, not seconds playing eighth.
Well, I think the Cowboys thought they were going better than they were. They're getting a football lesson. Matt, how do you build your confidence after a slaughter like this? Marky Mark, but in the double palm.
Yeah, Drinkwater had 2 goes at him too, Laurie.
All over the park. They're absolutely belting them.
So, of course, off to the big money in Japanese rugby at the end of this season, Mark Wanganetawazi for the Wild Knights. And then, well, perhaps a Rugby Union World Cup, and then who knows? He could go where he wants, pretty much. Yep. They take him anywhere in the 13 or 15-man code. I reckon if there was AFL teams around that got asked the question, they'd take him too.
Well, he's such a big athlete.
Yep. Walker from 12 in from right touch. Keeps the perfect record intact. He's 6 from 6. And the Roosters, 36, lead the Cowboys 6 with still 6.5 minutes left in this first half in Townsville, which has been one-way traffic on NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Grant Bell and Laurie Spina bringing it to you. If you've got a text, make sure you send us your name, particularly if you're cheeky enough to say an unnamed here. I'll give him or her the credit. Dragons fans probably not feeling great watching Drinkwater's performance tonight. From Anon.
Anon?
Yeah. Come on, be brave enough to put your name out there. 0467 920 222. And another kickoff. Lenu, get ready. Nat's having a rest. So, yeah, Spencer's got it. Runs it back. Oh, charged into Burns, who slammed him on his back. That was good contact. And the ball's come free. 2-on-1 strip. Penalty against the Cowboys.
Well, they were just marching down the field. Cohen Hess looking unimpressed.
Trish, our old friend from Concord, she's dancing on the ceiling on the text.
Oh, there we go.
Come on. It's only first half, no Lionel Richie's just yet. Oh, what a feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
Physically just absolutely mauling them, eh?
Yeah, that's a great point, Laurie, because it is about physical, it's about athleticism.
The Roosters kick downfield, get to halfway. And by the way, thank you, Alex from Newcastle, who followed up with that Drinkwater text. Texting, it's Alex from Newcastle. I'm not afraid, I'm just lazy. LOL.
Maybe he's claiming it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Lenu. Tackle 32 metres out. Every time they're at this end, you think they'll score. They're 30 out the Chooks. Robson out of dummy half. Give him another 10. Out of dummy half. Down the middle third. 18 metres out centre field. What's the play this time? Watson's at dummy half. He's out there. Passes left. Walker gives it on. No way through for Fiketti, who's already scored a try, but he's put down here. 8 metres out. 15 in from the left. Tedesco back open side and right for Walker. Gives it to Watson. Connor Watson with 3 defenders in front of him is going to be held up and forced to play the football on 5. 8 metres out centre park. Last play, Robson to the left for Walker. Double cut out to Tedesco. He just threw the hands to Lau in the corner. He scores. Oh, there wasn't anything super great about that. I was going to call double. It was just a one cut out from Walker to Tedesco, who feeds his winger, who scores near the corner post. Call off the fight. This is not fair.
Well,
40-0. 46, sorry. 40-6.
Skipped across the face of players, and as a result, no one's moved. A couple of them sat in a chair. That's when you get your feet square and you hold your feet still, and just left the opportunity open for the Roosters.
Yeah, a couple of hard runs from Lenu, sets them back, and that crisp passing out the side. Tedesco holds the ball in 2 hands. Simple as that. They're just getting absolutely smashed here, the Cowboys. You said 80, Q. I thought you were joking.
Well, they're 40 points pending a conversion. 40 points in 36 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 tries.
This last tackle.
You reckon they were ticked off by losing at Magic Round, the Roosters?
Yeah, you're right.
That was that really good game. We had a lot of blowouts at Magic Round. Well, now they're... Take this one out, substitute it in.
Here's one of the memory banks, boys.
Yeah. So, Tommy to Lau. Well, you never know what's going to happen with Daniel Tupou's recovery. There might be opportunities through a final series to come. He'll want to do his best work. Just his 3rd game for the Roosters, 3rd game of the season, and his 1st try of the campaign. And now Sam Walker will try and keep this perfect record intact. He does go on a few sort of fits and spurts of momentum with his kicking. He had a couple of really off nights this year, but we know he has those dead eyes as well.
Yeah, he does.
He's not missing so far tonight. Are you on him here?
No.
No? I'm with him. Loz? With him?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Okay.
2.
Laurie and I reckon he'll get it. Grant reckons he'll miss. He's 3 blades of grass in from left touch, 25 metres out. And... 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 7 out of 7's better.
Someone had to death ride it.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, I hope you got some content, you boys, for the second half. We're not going to be talking about a contest. 42-6.
I want to know what jersey Laurie's wearing under that heavy jacket.
Yeah. How have they done it, boys? How have they done this?
It's power, it's discipline. I mentioned really early on in the call, the discipline of the Roosters was evident when the coach was filthy about a ball being kicked dead early in the game, and he was filthy about it. That's the expectation about the discipline, the control of the game, and it says something about how the Roosters have prepped themselves. Not anything in comparison to the Cowboys or anything else, but it's how they play, and when things switch on, like they have tonight, gee, they make it hard for an opposition.
Egan Butcher took the first carry off the kick-off to allow the second, and then on play 3, Roosters up to the 30 through the services of Wong. Now in the middle of the park, Connor Watson's got the ball. He's got 3 defenders around him, and he'll play it 10 metres inside Roosters territory. Robson passes right for Cherry Evans. Gives it to Toya, who gets through the tackle of Lee, but he's over halfway. He's going to go himself. No pass. Forward pass. Oh, Ash, you were right in line with that. Blow the whistle, ref. They've given the try. Teddy's gone in, but that was forward. That was forward.
Great
And the
football,
best
but it was
referee in the
forward
game,
pass.
if he gets Origin, you got to get those. And it's not only running to the finals for the players, but for the refs as well.
Yep.
That's a bad miss from referee Klein. Nonetheless, it's in the book for 46-6.
But Robbie Toyer there just palms off, pushes through, and it just shows again his ability to get going again. And they're not thinking about being tackled. They're thinking about run to make an opportunity. I'm not running and looking at the line, I'm looking beyond the line. And it's a great tip for any player. Look beyond the line about where you want to get to.
Gee, he had players inside everywhere. He's so improved, this kid, eh? Boy, he's I know he's big and strong, but his finesse and that. He's got a great palm, a swerve, and his defence. He comes exactly at the right time. Gee, what a player he is.
The work Billy Slater has done with him, and people who are going, Robbie Toyer, who? And he's a fantastic player. Who scored the try, Loz?
Tedesco.
I gave him the chance.
Yeah, I know. Walker, 8 from 8. 8 from 8. He raises the flags.
But when have
This
we
might
seen
not, Loz, this might not be 80, it might be 50. It might be 100, should I say, because they might be 50 at half time.
When have we seen a slaughter like this? I've seen big differences at half time before, but this is
What about that
unbelievable.
West Tigers game when they got one back on them up here? But that was the home team doing it.
Yeah.
Remember that weird season where West flogged the Cowboys and then the Cowboys flogged West?
74, 73 nil or something.
Yeah.
Or 6 or something. But
Still,
hey, this one here, oh my God.
I'm glad it's a blowout because Cowboys fans, instead of being disgusted at their team, would be disgusted with the ref that he didn't call back that forward pass. He was right in line with it too, Grant.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to keep up. What is it? 48 now. 48-6.
I've been trying to go back and have a look at some stats, and every time I do,
I don't think any stats are going to tell anything more than what 8 tries to 1 and 48-6 can tell us, Billy.
no, and
Chooks are going
every
to
time I go there, they score a try.
Hold on, they might score more before the end of the half. Connor
40
Watson's
seconds.
taken on his own 30. Yep, there's 38 seconds left. This has been brilliant from the Roosters. Walker's tackled on the left edge. 15 in from touch, 15 from halfway. They'll try something funky, you'd think, before the end of the half. Why not when you're playing with this kind of a lead? Savala on 5, tackled 5 from halfway. No, Cherry Evans just go on with a bomb. Big Torpy, spiral ball. No one wants to get under it. It bounces, taken by Egan Butcher. Chucks a speculator, which took a Cowboys touch straight to Toyer. He gives it to Fichetti, passes in field, and Walker will score a first half hat trick.
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
come on, Mr. Klein. The theatre of 50 and a half. Don't take it away from us. Oh, what are they looking for here?
I don't know.
We have multiple Roosters players offside on the left-hand side of the kicker. We will monitor these players.
Oh, okay.
Spencer Leniu is onside.
They're in front of the kicker.
But do they get in within 10 metres?
Well,
Yeah, they
the
do.
ball bounces all around the place, Laurie. No one wanted to get under
So let's
that.
see, he's inside the 10 metres when the ball bounces and affects play. This will be a penalty. Decision made.
No try.
No try.
Gee, would have been over. This is ridiculous.
Have we had 50 points and a half in the NRL?
I don't think so. First half.
If you can help us out, 0467 920 222. The Boffins will be onto it somewhere. Have we had 50 points in a half?
I don't think we've had 48, have we?
Not this year, anyway.
Well, we have now. Cowboys find touch, 40 metres from the Roosters line. They've got one play to end the half.
Gee.
They have been embarrassed in the first 40 minutes. Lukey's tackled end of half, and that has been a terrific and outstanding and entertaining and ominous 40 minutes of rugby league from Trent Robinson and his Roosters in Townsville. 48-6 at half time. The largest, of course, Ralph was onto it. Our great producer Ralph just sent me a text. It says the largest halftime lead in an NRL is 48. That was when the Knights led the Cowboys in 2003 by 48 points. So they haven't broken that record. 42 is the lead here at 48-6. It was 6-all after 11 minutes.
It was.
Tedesco scored on 2.5 minutes. Burns scored on 11 minutes then. Walker on 16, Savala on 20, Walker again on 26, Vaketi on 29, Nwanganetawazi on 33, Talau on 36, and Tedesco, I think that was about 38.
And 2 disallowed tries in there as well.
How? Grant Bell, how? How have we got to this extraordinary scoreline?
The power and strength of the running of the Roosters, and they have just been disciplined from minute one. I think, if I think back to the Cowboys last week, and then I think back to the Cowboys versus Penrith, only in recent memory, their line speed, their superiority in defence, their preparedness to go forward and really get into the opposition were there. We saw it in the first couple of tackles, but once they were broken through the middle, which they have been a couple of times, in those early exchanges, the floodgates open, and their defence around the middle of the ruck has been really unacceptable. And I'm certain that the coach will be filthy about it. He will not be happy. And they've broken every rule in the middle of the ruck, and that's allowed the Roosters to use their athleticism, to use their big men to take on the line, and then the cleverness of their 6 and 7 and the athleticism of the rest, and Tedesco just being able to turn up wherever he wants.
On the text, James from Bendigo. He was hoping for a game but enjoying the call anyway, driving back from Melbourne. Thank you. Trish, our old friend from Concord. I'm staying on the ceiling. My Kelpie is about to join me soon. Darren and Louise listening at Cape Hillsborough with the full moon and fire. Not sure what a coach can say to the Cowboys to come back. Thank you. Lacey, again from South Queensland, says the Cowboys can go home. Molly from Canberra says this is worse than the Tigers last Sunday in Canberra. No words for this from the Cowboys. 0467 920 222. Now, I know what I've got to do next, but I'm concerned. We all know how passionate Zane Bojack can be. He's on other duties tonight. He's got to give a Commonwealth Games update before going to the news. But he's a man of professionalism, and even though his beloved Cowboys have looked like second-raters in the first half, it's Roosters 48, Cowboys 6 with a Commonwealth Games update before the news. Here's Zane Bojack.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Pies are struggling too. It's been a great night. But anyway, I'll tell you what, my concentration's on the Com Games in Glasgow. It's a bright and sunny day, if not a bit windy, 16 degrees at the moment. A lot of action at the Sir Chris Hoy Velodrome. The Aussie Cyclones already making an impact. Jess Gallagher and pilot Jackie Manglemore in the women's tandem B sprint into the final. They qualified third. They defeated England's Sophie Unwin 2-0 in the best of 3 series. Our women's 4,000 metres team pursuit squad, including new star of the road Felicity Wilson-Hafferton. They will ride for gold after qualifying fastest. She'll join Sophie Edwards, Claudia Mask and Elisa Politis and taking on New Zealand in the final. The Kiwis finished 0.2 of a second behind. Our Paris gold medal men's team pursuit, they hit the track and they were the fastest over 4,000 metres, a time of 3 minutes 48.777. They'll face England in the gold medal final after the English lost a rider early in their heat. Ollie Bledden and Conor Leahy on golden bikes to signify them as Olympic champs, with James Moriarty and Blake Agnoletto leading the team out. Our Aussie athletics team, they're looking to continue their stunning performances at Scottstown Stadium. Let's hope the rain stays away. It has been very windy out there. The ever-bubbly Michelle Jenica through to the semi-finals with third in 100-metre hurdles heat, running 12.72 with a 4.2-metre tailwind, Q-Man. In the javelin, Cameron McIntyre is through to the final. He qualified fifth with 78.91 metres. He only needed 2 throws, and he said that's enough for me. In the lawn bowls, Paramen's pairs for B6, B8, Damien Delgado and James Reynolds had a win over Singapore in a tie-break. Alan Fife had a good day. She won the women's singles action against Jersey opponent Abby Andreu, 12-5, 8-4. She suffered a setback yesterday against England's Catherine Rednall. She's tied with Rednall at the top of the standings. The Englishwoman lost in a tie-break to Canada's Kelly McCarrahan. Fife, McCarrahan and Rednall all had 5 won 2, lost 1. Aaron Tees and Corey Wedlock in the men's pairs on the rinks right now. They're playing Fiji. As a look over, it is currently 3-0 in the first set. And Queenslander Ridge Burrito has finished 5th in the 110 kilogram weight lifting. He missed his first snatch at 155, nailed his second, failed his third attempt at 162 kilos. He couldn't get a lift to go in the clean and jerk, so he has finished 5th in that event, just like he did in Birmingham. And remember, the Diamonds netball team, they will be getting underway in a few hours' time against Northern Ireland. That's a wrap-up of where it is at Glasgow. Remember, in the footy, that it is a bad score at the moment for the Roosters. They are beating the Cowboys. Very shortly, we'll be back with Grant Bell, Laurie Spina and Quentin Hull. But let's head to the ABC Newsroom.
ABC News, good evening. I'm William Howard Evans. Federal MP Luke Gosling has been charged over his alleged assault of the Northern Territory Administrator earlier this month. Oliver Chaseling reports.
The member for Solomon was arrested by Northern Territory Police at his home this morning following investigations into an alleged incident between him and the administrator at the NT Thai Festival on July 18th. He's now been charged with 2 counts of assaulting the administrator, a specific offence that carries a maximum jail sentence of 14 years. He earlier left the Palmerston Police Station with his lawyer, who said Mr Gosling strenuously denies the charges against him and he's concerned by possible political motivations. NT Administrator David Connolly has been contacted for comment.
Traditional owners from Western Australia's remote north are appealing a federal court decision that handed them the biggest native title payout ever awarded in Australia. Fortescue was ordered by the federal court in May to pay more than $150 million to the Injibandi Nura Aboriginal Corporation as compensation for cultural harm and withheld financial benefit after finding their lands had been mined without permission. The decision by the Injibandi people was made during a community gathering today. A court date for the appeal is yet to be determined. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says at least 8 people, including children, have been killed and dozens of others wounded in fresh Russian attacks. He says more than 70 missiles were involved, while most of the nearly 300 drones were intercepted. 6 people died near the city of Dnipro when their house collapsed, while rescue efforts are also underway in Lviv, where a residential building has been hit. The mayor, Andrei Sadovy, has visited the scene and says the situation is very difficult.
It looks like it was a direct missile hit. Floors are destroyed and a rescue operation is underway. Around 21 buildings have been affected and many other structures, including 2 kindergartens and a school.
In sport, Adelaide Crows head coach Matthew Nicks says some changes can be expected to the team lineup this weekend as the Crows travel to take on Essendon on Sunday. Nicks says some players like James Peating and Sam Berry have taken a beating this season, the midfield pair struggling with some groin and foot issues respectively. He says when it comes to managing players, they'll do what's best for the team and the individuals.
Sometimes it can be seen as you're flirting with your form, but you need your form at the right times. You've got to be able to win enough games to get there, and then ultimately probably our learnings from last year are it doesn't matter where you finish on the ladder. If you're not in your best nick ready to play finals footy, well, you can go out pretty quickly.
Plus, an amateur cricket club in England has suspended a player after allegations he clicked his fingers to mimic the sound of the ball hitting a bat. In footage that went viral, a batsman was given out despite not appearing to actually hit the ball. ABC News.
Get ready for a year of Test cricket like you've never heard before.
Hits him hard and high, straight back down the ground for 6.
That's an amazing shot.
12 months, 20 Test matches, New Zealand at home over summer, the 3 most iconic overseas tours, the 150th anniversary Test under lights at the MCG, and it all begins August 13 with Australia versus Bangladesh on ABC Listen.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Tackle just inside Roosters territory. Robson feeds it right to Tedesco on to Radley. Steps through the tackle of Clifford. Offloads to Robson. Up to the 30. The 20. Feeds in field to Tedesco scores the opening try for the Roosters. As it's chucked right by Luke to Drinkwater in midfield. Now through the hands, Clifford, second man, Purdue. Oh, the pass took a touch going to the wing, but it's caught and planted by Burns, and that is a try. With 30 out the Chooks. Oh, outside in play. Walker to Tedesco. Back to Walker. Rugby league. Brilliance right there from two stars of the game. One present and one future. Robson out of dummy half to the left. Gives it on to Tedesco. Grab it for the end goal. Savala in a panic. Grabs and ducks down with no one around him. Gets the halfway. Played to Robson. Given left to Radley at the line. Given to Walker. He puts his man through a hole. Forgetty over the 30. Onto the 20. He dummies past Drinkwater, who did not get a fingernail on him. And Forgetty scores a fifth first half try for the Roosters. This is a Bondi bash up in the north. 8 metres out centre park. Last play, Robson to the left for Walker. Double cut out to Tedesco. He just threw the hands to Lau in the corner. He scores. Call off the fight. This is not fair.
ABC Sports coverage of the NRL Premiership on your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio
and ABC Listen.
I can hear the Roosters fans saying, no, we want 40 more minutes of this. Highlights of a dominant first half from the Sydney Roosters in Townsville. My name's Quentin Hull. You're listening to NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. One-way traffic is an understatement for the first 40 minutes of football here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first half tries for the Roosters. I don't know how the Cowboys had time to actually score one. We saw so many kickoffs from the Cowboys in that half. Braden Burns did score the second of the 9 tries that were scored in all in that first half. But the Chooks lead it 48-6. Great to have your company here. Tedesco 2 tries, Walker 2 tries, Talau, Savala, Nwangane Tawaze and Forgetty all scoring. And Walker's kicked 8 from 8 as well. On the SMS 0467920222. An unnamed text here. G'day Q, try not to use the poor old Tigers as a benchmark. All of us fans will be having nightmares again, and the weekend isn't even here yet. Neil texts, perhaps we can blame the full moon for this game. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't blame it on the moon, but it was blame it on the rain from Nilly Vanilli. Oh, you know what the Cowboys are doing tonight? They're lip-syncing rugby league. They're pretending that they're there, but they're not really doing it.
I don't even know whether they're lip syncing. It's just
they've turned up, but they're not doing the biz.
I don't want to lay it on them, but it is that half of football was just not acceptable. And yeah, yes, you can have bad days. Yes, you can have things that don't roll out the right way. They had an opportunity when they got it back to 6-all to get it back into an arm wrestle. We talked at that point and said, yep, they haven't sort of met the start, but now they're back in and going together. But, from that point, it was all gone.
Just seeing Michael Checker and the Roosters coaching team coming back into the box, I reckon they would have been pretty happy at half-time. Laurie will give us the word from the rooms in a moment.
It was interesting just watching. They had the big television screen there, and Trent Robinson had his left-edge players, his right-edge players, looking in detail at some vision on a full big screen on the wall and going through and saying, this is where I want you, in slow motion, looking at positions, things he's seen. And clearly they've been about their detail and they've got their detail right tonight. And they're a team on the rise. There's no doubt they're a team on the rise and a team moving the right way.
Grant Bell and Laurie Spina with yours truly, Quentin Hull, for the call. Around the grounds, halftime in the AFL. Geelong lead Collingwood by 29 points at half-time. Geelong 9-3-57 to Collingwood's 4-4-28. A couple of round of 32 matches in the Australia Cup football tonight as well. Into the second half, South Melbourne FC 1, Adelaide United 1, and Sydney Olympic FC 0, trailing Brisbane Roar 2. Boy, it's back to the old, what did they used to call it before the A-League? When Sydney Olympic played in the top tier. You're experienced enough like me, Grant, to remember that. Anyway, second half is underway. The Roosters have kicked off. Yeah, as Tamalolo with the first carry to the 10. So the Cowboys for and against was minus 28 coming in. If anything, that's a bit of a story for the second half to see if they can eat into this massive lead that the Roosters have got. Nane played 2, Hess played 3 as the Cowboys just get it beyond the 20. Played centre field. Given one man to the right for Lukey, and he's tackled just beyond the 30. With Luke in a dummy half, gives it to Cotter, who runs down the middle third. And the captain taken 12 inside Cowboys territory. Play 5 of the opening set of the second half. Clifford kicks downfield on the last. It's taken by... it looks like Ramsey out there. Have they rested Tedesco, or has he got an injury? Anyway, Cody Ramsey, I fancy, is a fullback for the Roosters as they hit it up over the 30. Down to you, Laurie Spinner, who might have some more on that.
Yeah, that ankle he hurt earlier on. They're resting and Cody's out. I'm not too sure if he'll be back, but I don't think they'll risk him anymore. He's back. He'll stay probably rested. Trent Robinson spoke a bit more of the same, but he did say he wants to really the defence in a line and move up and just keep that defence really tight. You know, he doesn't want to slip up anymore, and he wants to keep going to the end. On the other side, Todd Payton, he was really upset, of course. He said, "We've got to make a decision, stop embarrassing yourself and just try harder." He was really angry.
Cherry Evans with the bomb from 30 out. Oh, it's been knocked on by Taulagi, taken by Toya, who gives to Nwangane Tawaze and dots down like he's in the old sevens days. He just had no one around him and just tapped the footy on the grass at the northern end. And we've only had 2 minutes of the second half, and the Cowboys have come up with another mistake, and that's now 9 tries for the Roosters. Nwangane Tawaze has 2 for 52-6. Marky Mark was like back playing sevens then. It was so nonchalant. He got to the corner and touched down. When in sevens there are lots of tries, and there's lots of tries here tonight. By the way, the NSL, the old National Soccer League, was the Sydney Olympics.
Almost Texas.
Thank you, Sam. Anyway.
That's right.
There are so many tries that we can even read text got nothing to do with the try before talking about the try. That was just Talangi just knocked it on.
He did, and just watching the replay, it's not finding an excuse for anyone, but I don't know whether there wasn't some amount of confusion between he and Labour as they came together with it. But it was just, again, a straight loss of the football, and very simple. Toya just grabbed it and passed it off.
On Sam here. Walker to convert, metre from touchline on the right. He's 8 from 8.
No.
You're going to hold on. Oh, Ref Klein was just told Walker as he was about to approach a kick. So, what do you reckon, Loz? Are you going to stick with him?
He's put him off now.
Let it ride?
Yeah.
He's put him off.
Literally, he's basically had someone in the crowd yell out his backswing, to use golfing terminology. Are we going to stick with him?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'll stick with him even though he's been put off. We're all 3 stubborn men here.
Why did Klein pull him up?
Oh, he must have heard something in his earpiece. Anyway, 8 from 8. Walker now, right touch, 24 metres out. Strike looks good. Trajectory looks good. No, it's across the face. One for Grant Bell. He's missed it. He's missed it. Walker is 8 from 9, and it's 52-6.
Probably shouldn't have done any fist pumps.
No. What's Trent Robinson doing next door?
Watching us next door.
Oh.
Laurie, what are you saying to your team out there?
Yeah, just make your tackles, do the little things right, eh? You can't come back or just.
You're not going to win the game, mate.
Be respectable, be bit respectable. Just there's the little things in the game that you teach under 8s. Catch the ball, make your tackles.
Things aren't happening for Ashcliffe at the moment. They kicked off. He says, no, you got to bring it back.
Something's going wrong for him.
Yeah. Well, he interrupted Sam Walker's kick a moment ago and then told Jay Clifford you need to take the kick off again. He did miss a forward pass in that first half. And we got a text about that from Tom Truro. Says, how's that last try not a forward pass? Yeah, we called it, but it was still in the books. Cherry Evans catches it on the goal line, gives to Egan Butcher, and he's met and driven back. That's a good tackle. That's something there. Led by the tackle of Labert there, and Nene. Now Tamalolo with three others around him comes up into the face of Nwanganetawasi. Tackle just beyond the 10. Played to Robson, given left and centre field for Lenu, gets to the 20. Spencer Lenu there for the Roosters. Plays it to Robson, given to the left, Walker. Oh, beautiful Harbour Bridge, cuts out two to the edge. Talau had a fumble before catching, then the defence gets across, and Burns makes the tackle as Talau's near the NRL logo, just short of halfway on the left, back to right and centre field. Walker gives it on to Egan Butcher. Was that a high tackle? No, referee says play on, and that's 5. It was Watson on the run, my apologies. Last play, they run it to the left. Walker to Fiketti, tries to get through Chester, got a pass to Savala, tackled over the touchline as they ran it on the last. Hand over.
A lot of loose tackles by the Cowboys, they're just not the strength of the Roosters, just solid tackle, just putting them down.
You like this one, Loz? Cam from Carlo texts, declare and put them back in for the outright. Thanks for that. And I should mention, well, there's a bit of a cricket text there. The Cowboys have got it 15 from halfway. We've had breaking news. Joe Root's returning to the England Test captaincy of other news around sport tonight. So there you go. He's in for a second stint, Joe Root, as England's Test captain. Still waiting to decide a coach, though. It's been turbulent times there. Man 8 halfway. Cowboys with it. Now into attacking territory. Tamalolo bounces off one, beats a second before being held up by Robson and Watson 35 metres out. Played to Luke, given to the right, Drinkwater through the hands to the edge. Chester tackled and passes forward to Burns. He got that one. Oh, the Cowboys fans will be thinking the irony of it. Chester's pass to Burns was forward and blown up.
You called it.
Sorry?
It was a touchy.
Oh, was it touchy, was it?
Yeah.
Ian from Belrose, don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the referee. Blame it on the Cowboys. That was pretty good. Ian from Belrose, he sent me sort of like a party emoji too. Talking about the full moon here. People trying to work out excuses. Now, Roosters feed and win the scrum. 25 from their own line. Egan Butcher tackled just short of the 30. 52-6 the scoreline here. Daly Cherry Evans on a right side run. Does he go around again? It's looking more likely not than yes at this stage. Pass goes to centre field for Watson. Straightening run from Connor. 12 from halfway when put down by Hess. Played to Robson. Past the left for Walker. Second man Ramsey. Filling in for Teddy at fullback. We think he's just on ice, not really hurt. Ramsey's tackled 2 metres from halfway. Played to Robson. Great service infield for Watson, who dummies and straightens but runs into McIntyre and Hess. They make the tackle. Chooks 45 out last play. Cherry Evans with a deep kick on the right boot. All the way back to the goal line. Caught by Taulungi. A metre in the field of play. 4 Roosters in front of him as he meets the defence. 11 from the northern end. 7 minutes played in the second half. And the Roosters have already added to that halftime scoreline of 48-6. It's 52-6. You're hearing NRL Thursday on ABC Sport with Quentin Hull, Laurie Spinner and Grant Bell in Townsville. As Taulungi is tackled for the Cowboys just beyond the 30. 20 in from touch on the left. Stepped off the mark. Ref let him go anyway. As Luke receives. Dummy half gave to Tamalolo. Little offload back to Luke. Gives it to Drinkwater now running laterally. Flip pass to Chester running infield but driven into the deck by the Roosters defence. Watson all over his back. Played on halfway. Luke out of dummy half, a little scoot but runs into the tackle of Robson. The former Cowboys number 9 puts the current down. Last play, 35 out. Drinkwater with the bomb. It will come down about 10 metres out. Ramsey catches it. 2 Cowboys ran past him. And Cody Ramsey is on a weaving run to get to halfway. He's got defenders around him now and a eventually tackled by Heelan Lukey, but what a kick return from Cody Ramsey. A 50-metre run. Chooks on the attack again. Nwanganetawazi, a dummy half. Gains 10 on a right side exploration before being stopped 30 out. Couple of Cowboys tacklers looked at Cody Ramsey run past him then. Extraordinary. Cherry Evans gives it left. Straightening run there from Watson. Got an offload to Walker. Walker dummies over the 20 up to the 10. Got a pass to Zavala. Zavala tackled from behind. Only 5 metres out. 10 in from the left. Played to Robson. Given to Egan Butcher on a hard-running line for the goal line, and he's held up by a try-saving tackle. An absolute try-saver there from Luke, I think it was. Back out to the 10 for the play of the ball. There's 2 tackles left in this set. As Robson passes to the right for Walker. Now to Lenu, tackled and stopped, and that's 5. Centre field, 10 out for the Chooks. Last play, Robson passes right for Cherry Evans. Double cut out to the wing for Nwanganetawazi. Runs in field, 3 around him. Oh, he tries to kick it audaciously. It ricochets into the hands of a Cowboy, who then had it stripped of him one-on-one. McIntyre got it. It was reefed out of his hands by Rob Toyer. The Roosters have got it again. That was extraordinary. What's Marky Mark doing trying to kick with 3 around him? Boy, aren't they playing with confidence. Straightening run from Siwa Wong. He stopped 8 metres out and centre field. Chuck to the left. Watson to Walker. Grubber ricochets off the boot of Purdue. It went backwards. Luke picks it up. The Cowboys have got it. He gives it to Tamalolo. Pass to Nane over the 10 up to the 20 before Toyer makes the tackle. The Cowboys survive that rate just. They've got it 30 from their own line. Half an hour to go. Roosters lead 52-6.
Robert Toyer, just a brute strength. He just ripped that ball out of McIntyre's hands.
Ross from Forster text, I think they've chosen Stephen Fleming as the new coach. I haven't heard confirmation. I heard that they were potentially doing that, the former Kiwi skipper, but not sure that that's been confirmed. But thank you for your text. 0467 920 222. Tamalolo over halfway. Tackle 45 from the Roosters line. Last play says ref line. Luke gives it to Clifford. The Cowboys playmaker puts a right-footed bomb to the skies. Nwanganetawazi catches right side. And again, he runs past the first wave of defence. What's Labor doing running to get to a metre of him, Grant, and then letting him run past him?
I don't know. The last time he did it was crazy. It was he and Jeremiah Nane. Both went past. Nane, Renee, great catcher. He didn't go up. I don't know whether they were called off by the ref or...
Ramsey with a run, 15 from halfway. Repeating, James Tedesco off the field. We fancy he's just resting a slight ankle complaint. Why not? When you're 48-6 in front, you're 5.5 weeks from the finals, and you're in second on the ladder and about to win your 6th game in a row. Easing up. By the way, we've still got 29 minutes to go. Infield run there from Siwa Wong for the Roosters. Last play, he's tackled 45 out. Cherry Evans bombs. It's an uncontestable. It's just a deep ball, which is caught by Drinkwater, 5 from his own line, back over the 10, and tackled 15 from halfway, from his own line. 0467 920 222, and the attendance semaphore at 15,835. We're always expecting it to be a little light on tonight, considering the Thursday time slot and the big game against the Broncos where everyone came to town last week. Infield runs Chester, tackled midway goal line and halfway for the Cowboys. Now left edge exploration. Drinkwater gives it on to Clifford. Dummies and straightens, but Lenu's there with Cherry Evans to tackle him. 10 from halfway. To McKaylee, who runs over halfway. That's better. He's tackled on 5, 42 metres from the Roosters line. Last play for the Cowboys is a Drinkwater left-footed bomb. It's shallowish. Nwanganetawazi leaps and catches brilliantly, and he's caught by Taulagi. Roosters will start this set on their own 20.
I'm quite happy to see the Cowboys get into this arm wrestle backwards and forwards, because at least we're going to see a game made of it going through into the second half. The Cowboys give away a penalty to the high shot now, but they need to find themselves back into the grind. This game's really important for the Cowboys. It's important for the Roosters too, don't get me wrong, but they're sitting in second place. The Cowboys could find themselves tumbling out of the 8 or finishing up, depending on how their games roll in the next couple of weeks.
And it is a little ambiguous, the ladder, because most of the teams above them on the ladder, the Cowboys, have already been given their extra 2 premiership points for the bye. So, yeah, they are 11 wins. It'll be 11 and 9. But that being said, the minus 28 is the concern coming into tonight. And they've already, what are they behind here? 46 behind tonight. So that's 70, 72, up to minus 72. Just on tonight's score. Radley's got it. Roosters in the attack. Plays it 40 out. Given to Walker. Has a run at the line. Sam Walker. He's tackled on the 30. Will play the ball to Robson. Still mid-set here as Cherry Evans has a go and almost got through. The door closed because of the tackle of McIntyre, and Luke played on the 20. Robson passes left for Walker. Second man Ramsey. Floating ball to the edge. He's got it into the hands of Talau. Has to step in field. Tommy Talau. He beats 2 dummies. Rolls through Sonny Luke and loses the ball when tackled a metre from the goal line by the last-ditch defence of McKaylee and McIntyre. And the Cowboys jump on it. They survive and now have the ball through the services of Chester, 15 from their own line.
Yeah, very fortunate tackle there at the death. The early ones, he just strolled through them.
Yeah. Now,
he had Walker on the inside of him. He just hands it to him and he's right underneath the post.
Labour tackled 10 from halfway. McKaylee now has a run, decides to offload to Nene, chucks it out the back to keep it alive. Luke has it on halfway, gives the ball to Purdue, accelerates up to the 30, draws the fullback, passes to Chester. He's got 2 chasing him, but he's too slick. And Tom Chester will score for the Cowboys. So it's a try apiece in the second half. Just the second try of the night for the Cowboys. Tom Chester's 8th of the season. Roosters 52, Cowboys 10, kick to come.
The speed of Jackson Purdue, the speed of Tommy Chester, quite evident there. But it came from an offload, came from pushing forward and just sitting on the heels for a moment. Something we didn't see from the Roosters in the first half. But sitting back on their heels in the middle, created enough space there for Purdue to push through, and then linked up with Tommy Chester to find themselves with a try.
Laurie Spina on the touchline.
Yeah, finally a line break from the Cowboys. That little bit of slow defence in the middle from the Roosters. You know, Trent Robinson, we spoke about that at half-time. He wouldn't be too happy about that. But, yeah, their defence the first half has been rock solid. And especially now, it just opened up that touch and Purdue had enough pace to get through. But, yeah, they'll tighten that up, that's for sure.
He does move beautifully, Jackson Purdue.
Oh.
Yeah, very quick acceleration. Drinkwater just right of the uprights. Converts to try. He's 2 from 2. Roosters 52. Cowboys 12. 24 and a half minutes left in the game.
It is a bit of a look to the future when you look at Chester and Purdue and you admire what athletes they are and what speed they have and their ability to take on the line. And yeah, they could certainly do some special things with the ball in hand.
AFL third quarter around the grounds. Collingwood making a bit of a comeback. Geelong still lead that one though by 16 points. The Cats 9-4-58 to the Magpies 6-6-42 as Ramsey kicks off for the Roosters. Taken on the goal line by Drinkwater. Given to McKaylee with an energetic kick return, and there was a high shot in the a no arms tackle. They're going to give a penalty here for a shoulder charge against one of the Roosters players. Well, 3 in the tackle, so I'm not quite sure who didn't get the technique right there.
They seem to be focusing on...
it's against Siwa Wong. Yeah, not on report, it wasn't high, but he just didn't get the arm up to tackle. So kick for touch doesn't gain much ground. Tap taken on the 30 and first carry gets to the 40 through the run of Nene for the Cowboys. PA's doing their bit to try and keep them pumped up here as McIntyre runs down the middle third. North Queensland 2 inside their own half. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Outside in play there from Purdue, gave it to McKaylee. He's into attacking territory. Tackled 42 from the Roosters line. Slightly right edge as he plays it to Luke. Passes left and centre field. Through Clifford to Drinkwater, second man to the edge, and Labert slips over and gets tackled by Toya. Plays it 35 out. Pass back to the centre third for Drinkwater. Gives it on to Hess. Tackled, but pops it back out the back. No way through, though, for Drinkwater on the run through. Taken by Nat Butcher. Last play, Cowboys 25 out. Pass to the left for Clifford. He bombs for the attacking left side. Nawanganetawazi's up. He knocks it backwards to the goal line. Roosters onto it first. Cherry Evans is there to make good of the mess and keep it in the field of play, and the Roosters do get it on their own line.
Can I make a comment how the Roosters are a way better side when James Tedesco is out there? He seems to...
Oh, Radley's dropped the ball, cleaned up by Clifford. They pass it to the edge. Sorry, Laurie. Taulungi's caught in the end and tackled. Yes, with Tedesco out there, they're 48-6. With him not, it's 6-all. Were you trying to make a joke? Anyway, Drinkwater's on a right side exploration. Walker takes him down.
No, it's a genuine point. We'll come back to it.
Most teams are when Teddy's out there. Nothing against Cody Ramsey as Lukey has a run now. Cowboys are a chance to score back-to-back tries. Lukey tackled 8 metres out. Luke at dummy half, past the centre field for Purdue. Feeds it on to Hess. And Cohen Hess has 3 around him, but tackled 5 from the goal line. 5 to the right of the uprights. Luke passes left to Purdue. Flat line there. Run from McKaylee, but he's put down. 5 to the left of the uprights, a couple of metres out. Luke with a grubber for the in-goal area. It bubbles around. Ramsey's got it near the dead ball line. Runs it into the field of play and then goes to deck. And referee Klein, what say you?
I have no try. Confirm there's no one interfered with on the run. Just check to see who grounded that ball. I believe it's a Rooster. So it's grounded for a goal line dropout.
Okay, we're expecting a goal line dropout. Liam Kennedy to confirm.
Cowboys right side kick chaser on side.
So
players are going back towards the ball.
Victor Radley's trying to plant it. No, it wasn't. It was Feketi. I think Feketi's planted it. Drinkwater's Mazzy pushed
Scott
him in the back.
Drinkwater has put his right arm over the Roosters player and denied the opportunity. This will be a penalty.
So, not a goal line dropout, a penalty to the Roosters with Drinkwater interfering with Salesi Feketi. 0467 920 222 if you want to get in touch. Ali says, terrific game, loves the Cowboys jersey, but go Roosters. Keep doing exactly what you've been doing in the first half. Because the Cowboys are wearing their Indigenous jerseys tonight because the next 2 rounds of the NRL, rounds 23 and 24, are Indigenous rounds, but the Cowboys have away games next Thursday night, in fact, against Gold Coast, and then Parramatta at Western Sydney Stadium the week after that, before they have their round 25 bye. Roosters, well, they look like they'll be 6 in a row heading to a date with the Dogs at the Footy Stadium next week. Kick finds touch, Roosters on their own 30, and Wong with the first carry. Gains 8 metres. Siwa Wong for the Roosters right edge and 12 from halfway. Robson feeds it to left and centre field for Nat Butcher, who's back out there for his second stint. And taken 3 metres inside Roosters territory. 21 minutes to go. 52-12 to the Roosters. Left side. It's given through Watson on to Feketi. Tackled 41 out. Robson a dummy half. Feeds it back right. Watson through Radley. Given on to Butcher, who tries to hit and spin through the tackle of Nene, but he does well to wrap up the ball. And the tackle is made. 33 metres out. Robson to the right gives to Cherry Evans. Feeds the inside line of Toya. Tried to run over Nene, but help from McIntyre to complete the tackle. 25 out last play, given blindside to Cherry Evans, who bombs at the end of the set. Drinkwater catches and bounces away from one before being taken by Radley. 10 from his own line. Nice catch. Diffuses the bomb well. And the Cowboys get to the 20 at their own end.
If you compare at the moment, the Cowboys with a lot of one-out running, Quinn.
Oh, ball's lost. Sorry, Grant. Hold your thought, because there's been a mistake there. Was that Drinkwater? It may have been. Savala's got the ball, and it might have been Luke. Oh, Anyway, Savala's tackled 25 out. We'll get your thoughts in a moment, Belly, because Nat Butcher's putting the Roosters in a threatening position again. He's tackled 15 out, played to Robson, given to Radley. Radley with 3 around him's put down under the black dot and 8 metres out. Robson options either side, passes right for Cherry Evans, holds it, gives it to Ramsey. Left foot, right foot, trying to weave his way through Clifford, but Clifford makes the tackle with some help from Labert. Played out in that right edge for the Chooks. Toya chucks it back left through Cherry Evans to Radley. His pass hits the turf, cleaned up by Savala. He's 20 out. He now goes forward, almost lost his pants, but got ankle tapped and Savala tackled. 15 out in centre field, still 2 plays left for the Chooks. To the right, Walker to Cherry Evans, cuts out one. Ramsey's pass. Oh, it took the touch of Taulung. He couldn't intercept it cleanly. Toya's got it. Now what's the ref say?
One each way.
Does he say knock on Roosters? No, knock on Cowboys. No advantage. Roosters scrum.
Why wouldn't you just let play on? Did they knock it on?
Zero tackle. Yeah, I don't know.
Braden Burns made that error before.
It was Burns who missed the tackle, was it?
No,
who
he
lost
made
the ball. Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Laurie. 19 minutes to go.
The little chain passing that the Roosters use through their forwards, they don't always pass it through the 2 or 3 players.
Oh, right side play off the scrum is an embarrassment for the Cowboys. Rob Toya goes in untouched on a right side move from Robson, passed it to a gap which was bigger than the Strait of Hormuz, and Donald Trump could not have stopped Rob Toya. That is a try, and the Roosters go 56-12 in front.
You had to politicise things, didn't you, Quinn?
No, it was when you have to describe 10 tries, you run out of adjectives. I had to go deep to the barrel. Did it work, Laurie? It's 56-12.
There's an old saying, it worked what's in front of you.
It worked for me, I tell you.
Oh, that was shocking from the Cowboys.
You've just got to play what's in front of you. Don't guess what might be going to happen, which is what happened there. Play what is in front of you. And Labert moved himself away and went, and left the Strait of Hormuz open.
Oh, Walker from straight in front. I reckon he'll kick. We're all on that he'll kick this one. Yep, he does. 9 from 10, 58-12.
Robert Toy is a very, very good play. He hits those holes, even though it was too big a gap close to the scrum like that. Just went through it straight. He's so strong and he hits that ball at such speed. He's going to be a tremendous player for a long, long time, this kid.
He is a great player.
So that's his first try of the night. Yeah. 2 to Tedesco, 2 to Nwangane Tawaze, 2 to Walker, Talau, Savala, Toya, Feketi. That's the 10. Yep. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2 for the Cowboys, Burns and Chester, 58-12. Around the grounds, AFL, Geelong 10-4-64 lead Collingwood 6-6-42 in the third quarter. Full-time scores in those Australia Cup round of 32 matches as Butcher gets beyond the 10 on the kick return off the kickoff. South Melbourne FC has defeated Adelaide United 2-1. So that's an old NSL team beating an A-League team. But Sydney
had a little bit of it going on.
Yeah, Sydney Olympic 0. Beaten by Brisbane Roar 3. So South Melbourne 2, Adelaide 1. Sydney Olympic 0, Brisbane Roar 3. Roosters have got it. Cherry Evans taken out on the right edge. Plays it a dozen from halfway. Nwangane Tawaze's a dummy half and gallops 15 metres upfield before meeting the defence. He got the offload away to Robson, chucked it out the back. It's a bit loose, but Walker cleans it up. Broken field play for Sam Walker on halfway. Another one of those long passes to the edge. Talau's got it. Runs into the defence of Burns, who makes the tackle, and that's the last called by ref Klein. 25 out on the left. Sam Walker puts his boot to it. A bomb at the end of the set. Drinkwater catches well. Left at that competently. Caught it well. 15 from his own line.
Yeah, got between players there and found himself in the football. Really important for the Cowboys there. They just need to consolidate things. They have slowed down the flow. They've got things, a little bit more sensible and back in control. The Roosters, however, haven't taken on the middle. They haven't challenged the middle defence of the Cowboys as much as they did in the first half, which was where their bread and butter was.
Lodge gets to the 30. Now McKaylee up to the 40 as the Cowboys chew up 5 plays to get to within 10 of halfway. Clifford's going to boot downfield. Oh, got good purchase on that. A big spiral downfield. Ramsey, though, catches brilliantly. 15 from his own line. Judged it nicely. Runs at the line. Decides to share the ball to the left, but defence was up in the face there of Talau. Was he held? No, he wasn't held. There were 3 around him. It dropped to 2, and then he wasn't called held. So he strolls 10 metres off field.
The ball off him.
Oh, 15 from halfway now, and the Wanganetawazi out on the right edge.
I know there's been a lot said about Cody Ramsey, but gee, it's impressive watching him play. This is my first time seeing him play live since his return to the game. And
Nafahu, White's ploughing a passage down the middle third. Purdue was going backwards, needed Lukey to help stop him. 30 out. Robson out of dummy half. Oh, the little pass is knocked on by Fiketti, but the penalty goes to the Roosters. Markers weren't square. Oh, here they all come. James from Bendigo liked it. Rooster Felix said thank you for the straight up on moves. Mark from Central Coast says you better keep an ear out if there are any incoming drones. I've opened up a can of worms. 15 minutes to go, 58 to 12.
There's a lot of love out there for you.
Oh, no. Well, look, some nights are different. Every night at the footy is different. And I don't think anyone expected this. No. Cowboys off the back of beating the Broncos last week.
I expected a really good arm wrestle, to be honest.
Roosters a chance to go in again here. So White tackled a dozen out. They've got the ball on the attack. Walker gives it on to Nat Butcher, who's had a big game. Tackled 5 metres out, 5 to the right of the uprights. To the left, it's Robson giving it on to Walker. Walker to Radley! Tackled.
Crawling
a blade of grass short. That was a try saver made by Lukey. Robson passes left for Walker. Changes direction back to the right. Gives to Ramsey. Running laterally across the 10. Now he straightens into the tackle of Lodge and also Nene. And Cody Ramsey to play it for the Roosters 9 metres out. Robson dummies left, goes right to Walker. Grubber for the in-goal area. McIntyre jumps on it. And it will be a goal line dropout. 58 to 12 to the Roosters over the Cowboys. 13 and a half minutes to go. You're listening to NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. 15,835 fans are in the house. 15,835. It was 48 to 6 at half time if you're just knocking off work or just tuning in wherever you are. 8 tries to 1 in the first half. If you're not hearing James Tedesco's name, that's because he's not out there. I think he's been rested for the second half after scoring 2 tries in the first half, and his team was 48-6 in front at half time.
Well, that's what they've told me, but I seen him limping earlier, so they told me they're resting.
Short drop out from the Cowboys, but the Roosters get it back, and they're on the attack again. Nafahu, White's got it with that hair flailing and the legs pumping, and Lukey says, help me out, and they do.
He's a good player.
Tackled. Purdue had to help stop him a metre out. Robson to the right for Walker, holds it, gives it to Cherry Evans, cuts out one to give to Ramsey. Ramsey a floating ball to Wanganetawazi. Clifford comes. 3 others come at Markey, but no! There was as many defenders as syllables in his name, but he still scores the try. Wow. The Wanganetawazi Townsville hat-trick. And it's 62 to 12, kick to Combs.
You've just got to marvel at the tries that he scores and the variety of tries that he scores. He doesn't score them all the same way, but there's 5 players came across there.
Laurie's counting him on the touchline.
You're right, Grant. 5. The story of that try is the story of the game, isn't it? You got young blokes trying to grab this big monster. He just puts it down. What a mauling by the Roosters.
Well, you use that term. You know what he looked like there? He looked like a number 8 in rugby. He was showing his 15-man skills there. Michael Checker's probably thinking, gee,
I've shown him that.
Yeah. You know, the way that those ball carriers in rugby union just keep going with 3 and 4 men around them. That looked like, if he just had the hair without the players, looked like Bobby Valentini out there, the back rower for the Wallabies. But no, it was Mark Nawonganetawaze, one of his old Australian teammates, scoring.
But I tell you what, it just a credit to the strength that he has of what he was able to do there. Outside in needed to lock in on the ball, and
Cody Ramsey's kicking now. He's kicking sideline conversions.
Well,
Walker's having a rest.
Walker missed the last one.
Got the sack. Ramsey one from the sideline. Roosters 64, Cowboys 12, 11 minutes to go.
Gee, I hope Mark Nawonganetawaze is back in rugby league after a couple of years.
Let him help us win the World Cup in rugby in 2027 and then get him back to league.
I've enjoyed watching him so much.
Oh, yeah. He just looks so natural, doesn't he? What a talent.
He can just score tries, as I was saying. It's not just getting a ball from a high kick or following in on a grubber or getting him on an overlap. He just has such a variety of ways that he scores tries. He is phenomenal.
Now, Trish, who's been dancing on the ceiling all night, texts, my ceiling is getting caved in with tears and heels. She's having a great night. Trish Roosters from Concord, 0467 920 222. Cowboys kick off again. And they were the first carry that time. I think it was Nat Butcher once more. It's just, he would have 120 run metres alone from carries off the kickoff, Nat Butcher, let alone the other stuff he's done. Now Radley up to the 30 for the Roosters, who will make it 6 in a row with this win tonight, ahead of a date with the Bulldogs next week. Now Ramsey, midfield on the 30, pass it to the left. Oh, again, Walker with a beautiful right to left pass to put Talau down the wing, up to halfway. Defence comes in, Chester, good one-on-one take. Chester stops him. Roosters 10 the attacking side of halfway on the left. Fit infield through Walker onto Nat Butcher, got an offload away. Robson jumps on a loose ball, but it's got 3 Cowboys defenders around him, and Robson is tackled. That's 5. Last play for the Chooks, 33 metres from the Cowboys line. Jerry Evans puts it to his right boot. It's a bomb for that right side. Toya leaps on it, ricochets. Siwa Wong chucks it over the top. Back to Toya, but no, there's a knock-on from the Roosters in all of that.
They might challenge that. I wasn't sure that they knocked that on.
And they will, Grant, and they will.
We have a captain's challenge here from the Roosters. The kick is on tackle 5.
Brilliant position up here.
In the contest
well
by
done.
the Cowboys. And then a knock on after the pass by the Roosters.
Gee, Walker on one side, Cherry Evans the other. Gee, they're dangerous, aren't they?
Well, on form, they're the best team in the comp at the
Victor
moment.
Radley are in front of the kicker. Will play through.
And I say that on form, of course. What are the Panthers been?
Only 15 runs.
Sorry?
Only 15 runs for
Nat Butcher. But I reckon
158 metres.
12 of them have been off the kickoff, so 120 of that.
From this angle, you can see Victor Radley and Nafura outside the 10, now looking at the contest.
Got an interesting note on our screen which says highlights to end if time permits. We often get that from Ranelle in the studio, but tonight it really does mean something because she's got to try and cut 11 Roosters tries.
What a job.
plus 2 from...
She'll be starting now, wouldn't she?
Well, we've still got 25 minutes to the end of the broadcast.
The ball is knocked backwards by Murray.
It's Taulungi.
Murray Taulungi.
Liam Kennedy's in the bunker.
Seaway takes possession.
Plays on. Yep, that's fine. And then it's only caught by Toya. There's no knock on there. They thought maybe Nawonganetawaze touched it. That's why they called it up. But this challenge is going to go the way of the
Roosters.
Roosters.
Mark touches the ball with his right hand.
Oh, does he?
Then Robert takes possession. He is in front of Mark. This is offside. The captain's challenge is successful.
Do you reckon he touched that?
It's successful or unsuccessful? Who challenged it?
Roosters challenged it.
Successful, so it's a penalty.
It's a penalty, yeah, it's unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful, because they thought that Nawonganetawaze didn't touch the ball. against boost for the Roosters. Yeah, this helps them. Plus 85 coming into tonight. Doesn't help the Cowboys. Well, minus 28. We'll do all that maths at the end. Keep your messages coming on 0467 920 222. 9 minutes to go. Roosters 64, Cowboys 12. It's been stunning from the tricolours tonight and really concerning for Cowboys fans. McKayle's got it tackled 8 from halfway and loses the ball, but 2-on-1 strip. He picks up and taps and goes McKay and charges into attacking territory. Nat Butcher makes the tackle 39 metres from the Roosters line. Cowboys on the attack. Ethan King's out there at dummy half for the Cowboys. Feeds it right to McIntyre, tackled on the 30. Back one man infield to Lodgy, decides to pass through McKay. Clifford pops it to Nene. Oh, Nene gives to Drinkwater, who drops it. It's been picked up by the Roosters. Ramsey's away. He started with 80 to go. He's got 20 to go. The defence gets to him. Weaves infield. Passes to Walker, backing up. And little Sam is going to finish it off. Sam, I can. Sam the man. That's 3 tries for the Roosters halfback. And it's 68 to 12. Kick to come. Walker with the try as Drinkwater dropped a pass which put him through. He only need catch and run 15 metres to score. And Cody Ramsey cleaned it up. And then it was a great chase from the likes of Chester and McIntyre and Lukey coming across. But Ramsey from the wing weaved infield, and there was little Sam I am. Yeah, he scores.
Tell you what, I'm hearing the Roosters are about to sign him long-term. Sam Walker, he put a few dollars on his contract tonight, I reckon.
Who's that, Sam Walker?
Yeah.
They've just popped up a picture of James Tedesco sitting iced up in the dressing room there with a big grin on his face.
Oh, Trish, you having a good night on the text. Trish, Roosters, Concord. Now I need a new roof. Yep, the lid's definitely off, Trish. She's been dancing on the ceiling. Her heels have put marks in it. 68-12. 3 tries for Sam Walker.
He's had a big game.
He's back on the kicking duties now. Again. So this will be 10 from 11, 12 plus 22 points. Bang, got it. Sorry, 32 points. Yeah. 32. I only gave him 1 for the kicks at goal rather than 2. So that's 10 from 11, which is 20 points. 3 tries, 32 points. So he's got 32 of the 70 to 12. 6 minutes 48 left on the clock.
Oh, certainly been a unique night.
And Loz, as ordinary as the Cowboys have been at times, you know, you've got 10 votes to hand out between Roosters good and Cowboys poor. How do you split your 10? Which way?
10 votes.
Yeah, so you might say, oh, it's 50-50. You know, they were 5 poor and the other team was 5 good. If I gave you a split of how good Roosters versus how poor Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm impressed, really impressed with the Roosters because they've been playing solid, but tonight they really put the foot down. We thought they'd go to another gear, and they certainly have.
Well, they have off the basis of just build some simple things, do some simple parts of our game that we're organised to do, and then explode.
I reckon it's at least 6 parts Roosters good, 4 parts Cowboys bad, if not 7-3. The Roosters have been very good.
Roosters have been very good.
Yeah.
7-3, I reckon.
Yeah. So thanks for buying in. Just trying to explain to our listeners, you know, we know that you look at the scoreline, is it because the other mob were terrible or the winning mob was so good? And I think it's more the latter. Kick downfield from the Roosters set, and it's taken forward by Taulungi for the Cowboys beyond the 20. Now Drinkwater at dummy half, passes to Clifford who runs at an open line and gets through the hole. Clifford up to halfway to the 40, to the fullback, draws and passes. Great defence.
Wonderful tackle there coming across.
That was Fekete on King, and the penalty now goes to the Roosters.
Pulling somebody out of play.
And it's downfield. Ethan King was in a hole, but Salesi Feketi makes the tackle. Now having a look to the big screen to try and pick up what happened there. Gee, it was a great tackle from Feketi.
Terrific tackle.
Oh, and the penalty's going 50 metres upfield. Did anyone pick that up?
No, I didn't.
We're just following the ball and the line break, so... Anyway, 5 minutes to go. Roosters want more tries. Why not? 70 to 12. 70 to 12. That's right. You might have been out dinner or just tuning in. 48 to 6 at half-time it was. And Tedesco rested in the second half. Most points by a team in the NRL era is 74. So, the Roosters have got a record in their sights here. If they can score and convert with 4.5 to go, Nafahu White tackled. Centrefield and 8 metres out. Robson to the left. Jerry Evans to Walker. Dummies and puts Savala through the hole. That is 74. Savala scores his second, and the boot of either Ramsey or Walker will kick for an NRL record score.
Again, there's some gaping space out there for Savala, who's got speed. He's such a talented player, Savala.
So here we go. Para won 74-4 against Cronulla 2003. Canberra beat Penrith 74-12, 2008. North Queensland beat the West Tigers here 74-0. So in the NRL era, we have never seen more than 74 points scored by a team. And for the Roosters, Sam Walker's now eating into the multiple records that Dave Brown has as most points scored by a Rooster in a game.
There you go.
Brown leads the way with 45. That was back in 1935. But here we go. It's Sam Walker kicking for the highest score recorded since the NRL was inaugurated in the 1998 season.
What are they looking at here?
I'm not sure.
No, I think it's right. And that double pump to Savala, beautiful. Look, they've held it back, and geez, had an all-round game, this kid.
Who's that? Walker. I think he's been outstanding today.
Watch his double pump here. Bang.
Bang, bang. Just holds it up.
Yeah.
The defence has to commit to him, and then he puts Savala through the hole.
No, I think he's been tremendous tonight. He's controlled the game. He's used to the football. Short pass, long pass. It's all about vision, Laurie. And
Wait, are we on him for the kick here? This is for the record. Sam Walker's
I'm on him.
10 metres in from the western touchline and 23 metres out under the full moon in Townsville on Thursday, July the 30th of 2026. Sam Walker has this to see the Sydney Roosters stand alone as the team that scored the most points in a game in the NRL era. We've had 74 three times. This is the fourth. Will it be a record? Walker strikes. It's a record in the north for the Roosters. 76 points in the game. They lead at 76-12. First team to go beyond 74 points in an NRL game. Boy, there you go. And I won't steal Maury's line, but it's been game set obliteration since half time.
Yes. And the straighter and Moose, I didn't think we'd get it mentioned, but that was a great call. It's going to stick in my mind. The straighter and Moose, stick out.
Yeah.
Classic.
Wow, 2.5 to go.
They won't score another one.
They might, yes. Who's running it up from the kickoff, Billy?
Nat Butcher
tackled 15 from the goal line.
Right up there in terms of performance in the game.
Yep. Savala at dummy half, passes one man, field into Tommy Talau. Plays the ball there to Robson, given on to Egan Butcher, who runs down the middle third and tackled.
It's interesting that Nafahu White I don't think has been anywhere near what I was expecting from him today.
Here we go with the Fahu White down the middle third, gets an offload away. Watch out, Sam Walker. Grubber and chase. He'll get it too. Full back. Oh, he solos it over him with a little volley into the end goal. Another Roosters try. I think it's Ramsey on the end of that.
It is.
Cody Ramsey. Oh, Walker with the grubber. And then the fullback was too close and the bounce wasn't kind enough. So what did Sam Walker do? A little volley over the fullback. And it stopped in the end goal area for Cody Ramsey to make it 80-12.
What a try.
Just saying, I hadn't seen as much out of Nafahu White. It was a great offload from him to bring the game alight there, and it's just something. There was a high shot on him too there by Lodge, but just to pop the ball back, Sam Walker just exposed into space. The little grubber sat there in space for him. It was beautifully timed for him just to flip it over the top. It was a nice little soft shoe on it, and Cody Ramsey was on the fly.
So now we're getting into more records in the NRL era. Terry Campese, 36 points for Canberra against Penrith. Ryan Pappenhausen, 36 points for the Storm. I know that. So Sam's got 3 tries, 12, plus 11 goals, which is 22. So he's at 34.
Yep.
That maths is, I'm looking quizzically. I'm not strong on quick maths.
3 4s at 12.
Yes.
And 22 and 12.
Yeah, that's 34. So he kicks this, it'll be 36, and he'll equal Terry Campese and Ryan Pappenhausen. By the way, Ralph Tucker, outstanding, giving me all these stats on the fly on our WhatsApp updates. Team performance. He's the master behind the curtain, isn't he, Ralphie? Having a big night. He's almost having as good a night as Sam Walker.
What a circus.
30 seconds left, though.
30 seconds left. So this for Walker to go to 36. Oh, what are they up to? 80. So this for 82.
Broke records everywhere.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. It'll almost be the last play. The timepiece is ticking down. What a statement from the Roosters. What a shocker from the Cowboys. Walker converts, equals the NRL record for 36 points in a game, equals Terry Campese and Ryan Pappenhausen.
They're going to make him kick off.
82-12. I've got to try and make sure I've got all in that. Who was that Ramsey in the end? Have I got all the try scores? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A night of records for the Roosters, a night of embarrassment for the tenants in Townsville. Full-time. Boy, won't they be talking about this for a while. The history books needing new pages as it goes down as Roosters 82, Cowboys 12. 82-12. 8 tries in the first half, 6 tries in the second half, 14 tries to 2. Savala got the last try.
The very last try.
The very last try. Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
it was Cody.
Sam.
Sorry, Laurie. Ramsey. I couldn't think of his last name. Yeah. Cody Ramsey scored the last try.
3 to Walker, 2 to Nwanganetawaze, 2 to Savala, 2 to Tedesco. It's like I'm reading the AFL goal kickers. 1 to Talau, 1 to Toya, 1 to Fiketti, 1 to Ramsey. That's 14. Yep. Walker 12 from 13. Ramsey kicked 1 from 1 as well. 12 from 13? Yep. Burns a try, Chester a try, Drinkwater 2 from 2, 48-6 at halftime, 82-12 in the end.
Laurie's out there doing his best to marshal some troops. I think he's got Daly Cherry Evans in his sights.
I missed one. 3 to 1. Yeah, Mark got 3. Three to Sam, that's 6. 2 to Savala, that's 8. 2 to Tedesco, that's 10. Talau, 11. Toya, 12. Faketi, 13. Ramsey, 14. Yeah. Thank you. That was Nelly or someone put a note on the screen for me. Couldn't keep up. Hat-trick to Nwangane-Tawaze. Hat-trick to Walker. Wow. Where are you, Loz?
He's out there in the middle of the song. He's
How did that happen,
towards Reece
Brent Bell?
Robson.
How did that happen?
Yeah, he's grabbed Reece Robson here.
Okay.
Oh. There we go. He's got Reece Robson.
No, he wants to
Okay,
see the boys first.
We'll hold for a moment. What happened there, Billy?
Well, I just think one side probably felt a little bit more comfortable about their football after last week against the Broncos. And I'm not saying complacent, but I do think that there was a level of comfortable. Just jump in as soon as you can grab someone, Loz. Yeah, he's got...
Here he is.
Mark Nwanga.
The man who carried as many players over the line as he has syllables in his name.
Mark Nwanga-Tawaze. You can't stay in rugby union after that excitement, surely. No, it was a tremendous game of football, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, mate. We came out here to do a job. We're taking this 1 week at a time. A few learnings here and there. But yeah, very happy with that performance from the lads.
Yeah, it's been tight the last few weeks, winning by close, but everything seemed to click tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, things did well there. Like you said, yeah, it's been a tough few games. But yeah, we came up this week. We wanted to do a job for the 80 minutes, and I feel we got there.
Little halfback Sam Walker, he's doing a lot of great things, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he had a wonderful game, mate. He led us through the middle there. Obviously created a lot of points, scored a lot of points for himself as well, which was good. But yeah, like I said, he led us, him, Ches, the whole spine, got us through that game. And yeah, obviously, I've got to give credit to the Cowboys. They try to stick in there, but yeah, look, we got the win tonight.
I thought the forwards really overpowered them early, that laid the platform.
Yeah, definitely. We had a mindset to come in and go through the middle, and yeah, I feel like we did a good job there.
Thanks very much for your time.
All good. Thank you, Simon.
Well, stay close, Laurie, but the Cowboys now 11-9, but go from -28 to -98 with their for and against. The Roosters go from +85 to +155. DCE down there with Laurie Spina.
Dally Cherry Evans. The last number of weeks were close tussles, but everything clicked together, didn't it?
Yeah, a lot went right for us tonight. Obviously, there's no denying that, but it was the mindset that we come up here with that probably put us in the right direction. So really proud of the boys for showing up like we did tonight.
Sammy Walker, looks like you've taught him a few things.
Everyone keeps saying, what I was coming here to do to mentor Sam Walker. That's absolutely not true. Sam Walker is an amazing player. Sam Walker puts in so much work into his game. And I'm here to just compliment and play my role on the team. But I'm really happy for him tonight. He had an outstanding game.
James Tedesco, I know he's got ice on his ankle, I think, inside. But what a first half he had.
Yeah, mate, he's a very, very special player. And it's an honour to play alongside Teddy. To watch him get after each week of preparation, the study, the physical work that he puts in. He's one of the greats of the game. But yeah, we're focused on a job to do here. I could sing praises for everyone, but that's just that's a part of the journey, and we're aiming for bigger and better things later in the year.
Surely you can't give this up after this year. You've got to have another year next year.
Mate, I honestly am taking it week by week. There's a lot of people in the media trying to predict my future, and when I figure it out, I'll let everyone know. And I'll let my friends and family know, first of all.
Thanks very much for your time on ABC Sport.
Thanks, Laurie. Cheers, mate.
From one Roosters playmaker to a former Roosters playmaker, Laurie Spina with Dally Cherry Evans. Laurie, with all of those tries, you can come back up, mate, because we've only got a couple of minutes to finish off, and I want to get Belly's thoughts and his 3, 2 and 1. 82 points to 12. I'll do those scoring details again. It's taken me a while to get them all right. 3 for Nwangane-Tawaze, 3 for Walker, 2 to Savala, 2 to Tedesco. Didn't play the second half. Ankle on ice, but more precautionary than troublesome, I think, is the way that it's best assessed, that injury. Talau scored, Toya scored, Fekete scored, Ramsey scored, Walker kicked 12 of 13, Ramsey kicked 1 of 1. So if Cody Ramsey let Sam Walker have that kick, he might have broken the record.
Well, I was thinking that at the time. I thought it was pretty selfish of him, really.
So Campese, Pappenhausen and Walker now NRL record holders with 36 points individually in a game. 82 is the highest score from a team in the NRL era. Cowboys, 3 tries to Burns and Chester, Drinkwater 2 from 2. 48-6 at halftime. 82-12 at the end. 8 tries to 1 in the first half. 3, 4, 5, 6 tries to 1 in the second half. Right at Belly, do your best.
Yeah, as I was saying before, I think the breakdown of the game, they were very focused when they came up, and they are really settled in their game. I just watched the reaction from the coach in the first 5 minutes when they kicked the ball dead. Sam Walker kicked the ball dead. It was probably his only mistake, and I reckon he knew it right away. The coach was really upset with that outcome, and it showed how focused the Roosters were on the little details, knowing we are heading towards finals. We're sitting in the top echelon of the competition, and we want to be at our very best come finals. We've won grand finals recently. We know what's required of us. We've tasted the bitterness of defeat, and we're now focusing and honing in on what we need to do and what we need to do well to come up with the results at the end of the game. And I think that when you look at that, the Cowboys were up against a side that were right on top of their game, and the Cowboys came in, I think, a little underdone, short turnaround, off a really big week, a really big game, a lot of energy zapped, missing some critical players, and I think all of that rolled into one, saw us with a great score and a great result from the Roosters.
3, 2 and 1, please.
I'm still working them out.
You've got 2 minutes.
Okay. 3 points to Sam Walker.
Hard to ignore that.
And I thought he just had a super game. 2 points went to Selesi Fekete.
Yep.
Who I thought in attack and defence just turned up and made an enormous contribution in the field. And 1 point, I'm a bit torn, but I'm probably leaning towards Marky Mark.
Okay.
I think with 1 point, I tell you what, no, I'm going to change that. 1 point to Robert Toya.
You know how long it takes to write that? Let alone the annoyance I have of having to scratch it out in my textbook.
1 point to Robbie Toya.
Oh, that's, so you've gone from 6 syllables to 2.
I tell you what, James Tedesco had been out there for 2 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, he
would have
awesome
got points
in the first half.
He is so good.
Thanks, Belly. Thanks to Laurie on the touchline, to Brendan on the faders here, and to Renelle back in the studio. Of course, Friday night footy, tomorrow night coverage on ABC Sport from 5:30. It starts in Wollongong with the Dragons taking on the Dolphins, and then rolls down to Melbourne where the Storm take on Canterbury Bankstown. In the AFL final quarter, Geelong 14-5-89 lead Collingwood 9-10-65. And here, a record-breaking night for the Roosters. 3 to Walker, 2 to Fekete, 1 to Toya, as the Chooks destroyed the locals, 82 points to 12. That's been NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull on behalf of the team wishing you a good rest of your evening. Chat to you from 5:30 tomorrow.
ABC News, good evening. I'm William Howard Evans. The CFMEU's new administrator says he's sceptical about whether a royal commission in Victoria will help weed out corruption. 2 years ago, all branches of the construction arm of the CFMEU were placed into administration by the federal government. It followed revelations the union had been infiltrated by organised crime. Michael Crosby says a royal commission announced by new Victorian Premier Ben Carroll this week will only be effective effective if it examines the environment in which the union operates.
I am sceptical about Royal Commissions. There's been 4 into the CFMEU. They've all failed. The one pragmatic thing that governments have done about fixing up this union is to appoint an administrator. And I think we've done, so far, a really good job.
Authorities in France, Spain and Greece are continuing to battle wildfires spurred by soaring temperatures, dry vegetation and strong winds. About 8,000 people have been evacuated from the Greek island of Crete as wildfires threaten a tourist resort and villages. 2 people have been arrested in France on suspicion of arson. In Spain, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has described the crisis as extreme. 3 children are among at least 8 people who have died during a Russian missile and drone attack on Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky says dozens of homes, civilian businesses and infrastructure facilities have been destroyed or damaged. The attacks hit the capital Kyiv and as far west as the city of Lviv, forcing neighbouring Poland to scramble fighter jets to secure its airspace. Russia's defence ministry says its forces have struck what it called military facilities across Ukraine. Iran has continued to strike at targets in the region after the US military said it had completed a heavy wave of airstrikes against Tehran. It comes as Egypt says a fire at a port city yesterday was caused by a drone attack, as the BBC's Yolande Nell reports.
Egypt's cabinet has now confirmed that a drone caused the fire that affected 2 ships at Damietta port just yesterday. That's on its Mediterranean coast. These were natural gas vessels, one of them a gas storage tanker which is US owned. Now, no party has claimed responsibility. The Egyptian authorities said they're investigating to see what happened here to protect Egyptian interests, Egyptian national security. But up to now, even though Egypt is such a close ally of the US in the region, it's not been attacked directly by Iran.
Police in the Northern Territory have denied any political influence in their decision to charge federal Labor MP Luke Gosling with 2 counts of assault. Mitchell Abram reports.
Mr Gosling was arrested this morning and charged with 2 counts of assault on the administrator over an alleged incident at a community festival earlier this month. Mr Gosling denies the allegations, and after he was released from the police station this morning, his lawyer said police could have opted for a summons rather than an arrest.
There's a real concern that there's a degree of politicisation in relation to how this matter's being handled already.
NT Police says the occupation, public position or political affiliation of the people involved in a criminal investigation does not affect how those investigations happen.
Communication analysts say it was only a matter of time before legal action was brought against Optus. The telco's being sued over last year's major network outage, where hundreds of handsets were unable to reach 000. Optus is being accused of breaching 2 legal obligations and more than 1,000 times, and failing to ensure customers making emergency calls had adequate access. University of Sydney Senior Research Associate Rob Nichols says telcos should be expected to provide consistent emergency coverage.
Yes, we've got really complex networks. They look much more like a very big computer system than they do a traditional telephone network, but we still need to make sure that that essential part of the service, which is access to emergency calling, works all of the time.
Adelaide Crows head coach Matthew Nix says some changes can be expected to the team this weekend as the Crows travel to take on Essendon. Nix says some players like James Peatling and Sam Berry have taken a beating this season. He says when it comes to managing players, they'll do what's best for the team and the individuals.
Sometimes it can be seen as you're flirting with your form, but you need your form at the right times. You've got to be able to win enough games to get there, and then ultimately probably our learnings from last year are, it doesn't matter where you finish on the ladder, if you're not in your best nick ready to play finals footy, well, you can go out pretty quickly.
ABC News.
New from ABC Music.
For Play School's 60th anniversary, beloved songs remixed to light up the floor. I can see a rainbow. There's a rave in there. Available now at abcshop.com.au.
ABC Sport Digital Radio, your home of basketball.
Canberra Grand Sound with Pakil Frimpong on 666 ABC Canberra.
a player who spent a lot of time playing for the Raiders as part of their club and established for such a long period of his life was Luke Bateman, who is going to feature as the Australian story this week. And maybe some of you are familiar with him as the Canberra Raiders player. Maybe some of you picked him up on the journey as when he was the Bachelor, and maybe some of you picked it up when he came on across your TikTok feed as the Book Talk star, giving you incredible book references and also maybe telling you, well, you might need to pick this book up as well. But that Australian story is created by Shalala Madura, who is part of Australian Story, also Triple J as well. And she's here in the studio to talk a little bit about Luke's story. Shalala, thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate it.
Such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Luke Bateman, how did you pick him up on his journey? Where did you find him?
I think like a lot of people, I probably saw him on Book Talk and I was like, who's this kind of like buff, country-looking dude talking about fantasy novels? So I probably first came across him that way. But we actually interviewed Luke on the program I work for, which is Triple J Hack, last year. And he was so open and forthcoming about his gambling addiction, about his journey through like feeling boxed in by certain aspects of, you know, masculinity, that I thought, this guy's really interesting. He's had a really interesting journey. And I pitched it to Australian Story. I said, you guys should think about doing this. And they took a chance on a radio girl. And we got this awesome Australian Story up, which is going to go to around Monday.
It's a different medium. What was it like tackling TV when you're a radio girl?
Life came at me really fast, let me tell you. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a lot of considerations with a long-form TV show. But I think ultimately the thing with Australian Story is it's really similar to radio in that it's about a really interesting story, and it's like a narrative story, right? So like we have those skills at radio where we can pick those things up and get the best out of our interviews, and I think also just with Luke, he's so open and he really wants to be vulnerable and wants to like be open about his experiences, that I never felt like it was really a challenge to get him to tell me his story. So yeah, he made it really easy for me.
I think, going from professional athlete to the guy who tells you about books, it's a long journey. I imagine, you had him on Triple J Hack. You would have learnt a lot about his story that way. But what was the interesting nuggets that you found getting to interview him? I saw on the trailer that you had his mum on, his sister on, that you were like, wow, this is adding a different layer to a person I thought I knew a little bit about.
Yeah, I think what was really fascinating to me was learning just how exceptionally talented he was as a sports person, as a young person. So for backstory, Luke was signed to the Raiders when he was 12. Like, that's pretty extraordinary. And that doesn't happen anymore. They've realised that's probably not the best thing to do in terms of all clubs across the NRL. But, even before that, like, he played his first ever game of rugby league at 4 in the under-7s, and he was one of the best players in the under-7s aged 4, which just blows my mind. By the time he was 12, he was playing for Queensland in rugby league, in touch